Okay, so before I talk about my ideas, it is very important that you guys know uh, who am I. The reason being that whatever I have studied, wherever I have worked, it will definitely have an influence on my mind. And so I'm a creator by soul. I'm a designer by soul, and which is why it is very important for me to tell you what my introductions usually say. So this is my Twitter introduction, which says, I'm a professional designer and a copywriter, unprofessional carpenter, plumber, electrician, cook, and anything that piques my curiosity. And now I'm also pursuing LLB, and which, by the way, was my COVID indulgence. While everybody else was doing jhadu puja and all of that in cribbing, I sat down with my books and I started pursuing LLB. And yes, I did clear my exams. I'm halfway down there. While this was a COVID indulgence, there was another thing that I got into. I became a shaira. So this was one of those things which I created when the morale was low. One felt anxious during COVID. One felt all those symptoms that you can think of not being communicative, not being in touch with people. So परिंदे को आसमान से गिरने का डर क्यों नहीं होता? चींटी को चट्टानों से फिसलने का खौफ क्यों नहीं होता? पत्तों को सूख जाने का आखिर क्यों नहीं अफसोस? पानी का निश्चय कुछ कंकरों से कम क्यों नहीं होता? क्योंकि सृष्टि का नियम ये सब अच्छी तरह जानते हैं, कठिनाई आए भी तो क्या, उससे जूझने की शक्ति को पहचानते हैं. So this is who I am, who believes that each and every constraint is an opportunity. It completely depends on how you see it. This happens to be the form which I was made to fill when I came into the executive committee 2 years ago. So the criteria that my predecessors had put there was that why do you want to be part of this EC? So a couple of things besides what I've written. One was that with great power comes great responsibility. I've always perceived us modernites as a highly privileged and evolved group. Therefore, I feel we have a greater role to play in society because we not only possess the power to innovate and articulate, but also implement and thus influence a much larger group, given our globally established network. Therefore, my vision for MSVV AA is to further strengthen these bonds to become a collective group of those progressive superheroes who set new trends in society and lead others by example. To be able to share fresh ideas, I feel I should first gain a deeper understanding of the ongoing vision and the initiative so far, and then start contributing. And I believe that I'm still holding on to the same thought. I haven't changed. I do want to create and I want to learn as much as I can with everybody around. Because I've also written, what I don't know, I want to learn. What I know, I want to share. So besides the other initiatives that I was a part of during Yogi's tenure, and it was a lot of fun despite the fact that we had COVID constraints, and hints of that keep cropping up even now. So we began my tenure with an After 8, which was basically an opportunity to figure out how many people who are talented within our alumni, and how many people would really like to participate in such events. And funnily so, we did get about 10 of these people from across India, and they were very, very enthusiastic in sharing their music, etc., etc. But the only problem that we faced, and the biggest roadblock, was a lot of these people were not technologically savvy. So therefore, we were not able to have this online event, but we are already brewing up this plan to have something like this offline. So soon we will have a lot of Modernite talents for you guys, and hoping that you all will participate as well. One of our recent, besides the golf initiative which we kicked off, and it was in the 11th year, which went extremely successfully, and we had maximum participation. Unfortunately, we always have a cap on the golf event. We can't expand it because of the game. I don't understand the game personally, but I always like to participate in seeing how people play, and perhaps one day I will learn it as well. Our recentmost initiative, which is the Down to Earth initiative, this is a movement which I have started thinking about one thing. First of all, I feel that we need to have certain initiatives which can give back to the society. So therefore the name Down to Earth. It will cover not only initiatives which have something to do with nature, which is environment, but also animals, humans, people. So it talks about the down to earth nature of Modernites. There's a little AV which I'd like to play to show the impact of this initiative. We started with a Sponsor a Thirst campaign in which the idea was to collect funds from Modernites, which they did from the world over. And we had a target, we kept a very conservative target of 500 plus earthen pots and little, earthen bowls for animals and humans. And we were planning to put it across Delhi. But the more we went out there, we did not even realize the scale of this event. Initiative, and people just joined in from everywhere. Like people who were overseas, they started their Indian accounts. They sent their parents. Like we literally went and met up with their parents, who gave us the money for these pots. And then we had an entire fleet of amazing volunteers. Shuchi Didi was like the most. I'm like she's a rock star. Even at this age, even in the scorching heat, it did not deter her. And she's all there. Even until yesterday, she was placing pots. So she was the one who was spearheading it in Gurgaon. So now we reached to Delhi, Gurgaon, Ghaziabad, Noida, Faridabad, Defense Colony, Patel Nagar, Connaught Place. So here's this little clip which I'd like to play.
अरे यार कोई एसी चला दो यार।
गर्मी इतनी पड़ रही है, काम धाम कुछ है नहीं, लेकिन मजबूरी है।
गाड़ा मटका लेके आए।
अभी कैसे पानी पी रहे थे?
डिब्बा रखे हुए प्लास्टिक के डिब्बा में भरते थे, गर्म हो जाती है पानी।
हाँ।
उसमें कम से कम ठंडा तो रहेगा, पीने में बनेगी।
मेरी बड़ी तमन्ना था कि मेरे यहाँ एक मटका आ जाए जिससे मैं कम से कम लोगों को पानी पिला सके। आपने मटका लाके बड़ी मेहरबानी किया। मैंने
थैंक यू फॉर मॉडर्न स्कूल सर, आपने गर्मी में इतना मदद करने के लिए सोचा। हम लोग के लिए गर्मी में बैठते हैं, आप इतना मदद किए, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका।
मॉडर्न स्कूल वसंत विहार एलुमनी एसोसिएशन के हम आभारी हैं और लोगों के पानी पीने के लिए फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड की जा रही है, इसके लिए हम थैंकफुल हैं।
So here you could see this is just we kick started at this initiative in April, and we are right now just in 1 month, and we are almost touching our targets, and still we feel that we cannot stop at 500. There is a need. There are people who are demanding it. The moment we actually reach a place, there are people flocking up there. Didi hame de do, Didi hame de do. And there are like beautiful stories coming out. So this is one of our initiatives that we have started. And we hope to continue it, and several other initiatives, hoping to hear ideas and anything that falls into the same essence. So these are a couple of my learnings which I've had while working with each one of you, and I'm still hoping to learn as much as I can. First of all, I don't believe that there is competition amongst us, between my predecessors or me, or even as each other, because I believe that we are all like books, all different in our own experiences, all different in our own learnings, and as many books as I can read, I'm like, it'll be my fortune, and I'm very eager to know each one of you and know as much as I can, because there is no way that I would have lived your life, and vice versa. Secondly, don't wait to join. I have noticed that there are different kinds of people that we come across. There are some people who will wait for other people to take the lead, and then they will follow. कि अगर जो सब कर रहे हैं तो मैं तब करूँ. Then there is another lot, perhaps people like me, I would not wait to join, because way back in school, I remember when people used to go for these dance parties that we used to have, there was a tendency, this coming to a party or to an event fashionably late. I think this was a tradition that we started way back while we were like really kids, like really young. So what I would do was, I would be the first person to actually reach a party. Why I would do that? Because I used to love the experience. You know, when you reach in a place alone, and then people are just looking at you with all kinds of judgments, बहुत वेली होगी और कुछ नहीं होगा इसके पास करने के लिए, or anything like that. It kind of makes you used to these things and you start enjoying it. So now even if people laugh at me, I don't fear it. I've gotten rid of my biggest fear of life. What it does is, it gives me wings to fly. I come up with an idea, and I believe anybody who's worked with me has known how crazy I can be. I wake up all night, and if I have, like Mansi, how she puts it, that tera bulb jal gaya. The moment I have a bulb, I would just call up somebody, you know what, I have this idea, what do you think? Do you think that you can build on it? Do you think we can work on it? And this is exactly how I am with all my sponsors. Shika, you would know during our dinner how we collaborated, and we came up with some very, very interesting things, and I'm personally very proud of it. Thirdly, reverse countdown. This was my COVID experience. I realized that all of us, as it is, death is inevitable. We don't know that when our time will come. And with COVID, we've realized we can't even plan this. It could be tomorrow for all you know. So why wait? What are we waiting for? I don't believe in keeping things within, which is why if I have any issues with anyone, if I have any appreciation for anyone, I would make it a point to say it on the spot. And I do believe that it helps me live a lot more happier. Before this, words. But when there is work, it speaks for itself. I don't believe in talking too much, even though right now I am being made to talk, of course. But trust me, it was no choice. I would be the person that you would never find in front of the stage. In fact, even to get ready for this event, it was quite a challenge. Because I would be always backstage. I will always be busy with something or the other, because I do believe that one person's work is what we will be known for. Rest, words, people forget. And finally, teamwork. I don't think that any one of us can succeed in our life alone. It is always a teamwork, and for me this is a great opportunity because I get to work with different minds, and this is such a beautiful avenue. There is no way that I would have found people from all walks of life with different experiences. So many of you are so senior to me, and there is no way that I would have benefited out of that. So I'm very glad that I've had this opportunity. I learn from people who are much younger to me. So now what usually happens is that whoever speaks with me has a lot of gyan to offer. कि अंजू तुम ऐसा करने हो, तुम्हें वैसा करना चाहिए, and I enjoy that, to be honest, because there are times when I'm completely baffled with what I get to know. So yeah, these are my little learnings, and this is who I am, and I'm hoping that anybody who has an idea or who's as crazy as me and is willing to make the most of this platform doesn't hesitate to connect with me, or any one of us for that matter. That's all I'd like to say.